What's it been like having your dad as OC?
It's been fun. It's probably more normal than people would think it is. I mean, it just kind of feels like he's your coach, and every once in a while we have a little moment, but yeah, it just feels pretty normal.
Prior to this season, I guess maybe last season he was retired. How many games have you ever seen you play?
In college, I think 2, maybe 2. Yeah, I think 2. And then more in high school, obviously. Fridays he had off, so he got to see quite a few in high school.
When you say you have your moments, what are those quick conversations usually like?
Oh, just whatever. Catching up, how's my mom doing, or just random things that are going on in our lives, and checking in on me and my fiance, or whatever it is.
Can you complain about play calling more when he's the OC?
Yeah, I complain a lot about it. Yeah, let him know.
Yesterday, we asked him the same question yesterday, and he said, you're a grown man. You don't need a dad right now. You need a coach, and he's pretty much got the role of coach on right now. So, how have you seen, from your perspective, how he's handled this last month? It's kind of been a crazy story.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think he's done a great job and has helped us a lot, and it's a unique situation we're in, and we're lucky that we had someone like that there waiting for us. So, yeah, it's been a huge help, and but again, it's the players on the field playing, and our guys are making a lot of good plays, and we're starting to hit our stride. The O-line's doing a great job. Obviously, George, Helani, Ashton, Taylin, Latrell, Static. I mean, Riley Smith. We got a lot of playmakers, and they're making plays, and we're hitting our stride.
You started the season a little banged up and got more production with each week. I mean, how have you thought your season's gone?
Yeah, it's been different. Like you said, I've had some adversity with some stuff, and so battling through some injuries, and that's football. That's how it goes. And I've been pretty lucky over my time. So maybe that's catching up to me a little bit with my age, but. Yeah, I have a nice little role, and I try to do the best at what I'm supposed to do.
We've seen Taylor kind of emerge over the last month. Where have you seen him grow the most since he took over the starting job?
Just experience. I mean, anyone, your first few games. I mean, I remember my first game as a redshirt freshman. We were playing Oregon. I was starting a kickoff return on the front line, and I was scared out of my mind. I mean, I think I was 180 pounds blocking, and it just takes time to get used to the speed of the game, and get experience passing the ball, and then you get some confidence behind you, and then you say, hey, it's just like high school. I'm the same player I was, and you get it rolling.
Maybe you'll think more about it 5-10 years from now. But to finish your career and have your dad, be back here, finishing his coaching career here. I mean, do you ever take a moment, look over on the sidelines, and see him calling him to play, and thinking that's pretty cool? Or I mean, do you get a chance to is this a nice family memory?
Yeah, I try to take it in every now and then, but like you said, I'll look back when it's time to look back. Now, I think the better memory is going to be winning a ring and doing what we need to do. So I try to just focus on my job, and I know he focuses on his, and we'll reminisce when that's time.
It's been pretty clear that you want to be a coach moving forward. So right now, you're being a player and absorbing as much information as you can. But how much information do you absorb trying to be a coach? How much do you acknowledge that?
I mean, as much as you can, right? So the schemes that you try to take it in, and then I think more importantly, the experience of playing on the field. I mean, there's nothing. You don't know until you feel it. Until you can talk about it all the time, but until there's that true feeling of there's another man in your face trying to take you out, that's a real feeling. So having that experience and feeling that is what will set you up.
How much have you realized just how good a football coach your dad is? Because before, you've seen him coach, you were in the room or whatnot, but he's never coached you, or you haven't seen it in this element. Has he impressed you even more? Is he a better coach than you even thought he would be?
I don't think he's that good of a coach. No, I'm kidding. No, I mean I've gotten to see him at a lot of different levels, and he has very particular, really good strength. I mean he's a great communicator. He knows how to play to people's strengths, put people in the right situations, and then just the rhythm and the feeling of the game, knowing when to call the right plays, and really clearly sets out roles for people. Everyone's confident in knowing what their role is, and I think that's super important in offensive football.
Davis, obviously you know his coaching style, and some of the other guys have said, he's not afraid to, correct guys when it needs to be corrected. Have you helped some of your teammates at all, understand how to interpret your Coach Koetter, if you will?
He's pretty clear on. You get the message pretty quick on what he's talking about, but it's fun to see other people get it a little bit, because I remember how I used to get it. So that part's a little fun to see how other people react to it. But no, I mean he praises you when you do the right thing, and he lets you know when you don't do the right thing. So you're very clear on where you stand, and that's a good feeling as a player, knowing exactly where you stand.
Do you believe him that when he says 100% I'm not coming back?
Yeah, he's not coming back. He's not. I believe him on that one.
You know, I know you got to finish football now, but I mean, in terms of your next step next season, that's going to come fast. Is there a chance that you could stay here and work with him? You want to go somewhere else and experience coaching away from him? I mean, how have you approached that strategy as you're getting closer to the end?
Yeah, as much as I would like to look forward and kind of start planning that step, I got to focus on what we have right now, and that's Nevada this week. And if you don't respect the people right in front of you, you're going to get burned by it. And so I'm just trying to focus on my job and do a good job with that.
Let's go with Latrell. You guys' first touchdown drive you got going. What did you see out of him, and what's he like when he gets in a rhythm out there?
Latrell, as a player, he's a stud. He's going to be a good player for a long time. His ability to get in and out of cuts, he's really smart. I don't think people understand how smart he is as a player. Really savvy, knows how to get open, and then he's a great leader. I mean, he was a captain for the UTEP game, but as a young guy, that's impressive. And you know, he trusts himself. He knows what he believes in, and he's a really good person.
Seems like the receivers have improved a lot as Green has improved. So where do you think as a group you guys have gotten better in the last 4 or 5 games?
Just really focusing on creating separation. We've really been preaching staying flat and friendly, meaning coming back to the quarterback in all routes, making sure that's how you create separation, coming back to the quarterback and accelerating through the ball. So that's been a huge focus for us, and it's starting to pay off, and people are starting to see it a little bit.
Going back to Taylor for a second, how's he in the huddle? I know that could be a tough thing for some young quarterbacks. How does he handle the command of the huddle?
He does a good job. Naturally he's a big guy. You're kind of looking up at him for the play call. So, no, he's a good presence in the huddle. He does a good job. He's confident. And then, yeah, just like you said, having that poise and demeanor that, you know, everyone feeds off the quarterback, and that look in his eye, we go as he goes. So when he has that confident look in his eye, we'll usually portray that confidence.
What was the family conversation like, I guess, when you took the gig here to finish out the season? I don't know if he asked you beforehand or told you I'm doing it, or what'd you make when you first heard, like, okay?
Yeah, we talked, and yeah, I mean, it was a no-brainer. That was just how it played out, and that was kind of seemed like the only option at that point. And you know, I think he's having fun in this short spurt. But like I said, he's done. He's done. He worked a long time to be able to enjoy it, and so I hope he does enjoy it and takes his time and has fun with my mom and let them do what they want to do.
You look at the final drive, up 46 to go. You guys are down 3. How bad do you guys want another opportunity at a situation like that? Because if you go back and look, and it felt like it was a little self-inflicted on that drive.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, we practice those situations all the time, so we want to operate. And then, you know, we got behind the chains there and got a tough call on the holding to get us behind the chains. And in those situations, you just can't get behind the chains. So then Taylor makes a heck of a throw, and Latrell makes a great catch to get us back into 4th and manageable. And then, you know, but we got a tough look and drop 8, cover 1, and that's just what you get sometimes. So, you know, they scheme up too, and they got good players too. So that's why you got to win on 1st and 2nd down and put yourself in good situations to move the ball.
Was there anything about Taylor going on the field that final drive that stood out to you or anything? Or maybe it was before the final drive, I don't know.
Just his poise. I mean, nothing seems to faze him, and you know, we all had the confidence that we were going to go get the job done, and you know, it didn't work out. But you know, that's good experience for him, and he'll learn from it, and we'll all learn from it and move forward. And hopefully, for the next time that comes up, we'll be ready to go.
I'll do another Taylor, I guess. You know, you caught passes from like Matt Ryan and Jameis Winston. You've seen quarterback play. What do you see when you see Taylor? Can he one day be with those guys, type of thing?
Arm talent, no doubt. I mean, he has the power. He has the zip to make the far hash deep out route throw, and then he has the touch. I mean, you guys saw those 2 over routes to Latrell, rolling to the left, across his body, layered over defenders to Latrell. Those are 2 really tough throws. As a former quarterback, I couldn't make those throws. That's why I catch them now. So, yeah, he's a very skilled player, and I think he has a lot of football left in front of him.
You mentioned the receivers have been getting their separation. Through the first 4 games of the season, that really wasn't happening. You know, what wasn't clicking early on for you guys?
You know, that's a good question. I think you know, that's one thing we'll have to go back at the end of the season, maybe look at some of the things we were doing and just reevaluate. And that's, you know, just like with any profession, some things don't work, some things do, and you got to learn from it and move forward, and then hopefully be better.